the path forward is now clearer, at least in an official sense. Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So we've had our first day of trade for the week of Mullen, and it's been a bit of a flattish day. We only had a very low volume of trade take place, but the stock still managed to go up about 0.5%, or about about 5% of its value on the day. Not surprising, there's still kind of some negative headwinds coming out of last week's shareholder meeting. The only thing that's kind of a development at this stage is that we've had the official numbers for the votes have come in, and no surprise there. We kind of knew that most of them weren't going to pass, with the exception of the looking to relocate the incorporation of the company that didn't have enough votes to actually count. So that was an interesting development there. Now, what's a very interesting thing is obviously a lot of talk around the reverse stock split, and that was one of the proposals, proposal 3, that was voted upon, and that sort of means that we now have in the pipeline the potential of a 1 for 2 or up to a 1 for 100 reverse stock split. And like if you look at some of the market action that's happening on there, it's kind of, there's a bit of hesitancy there. So there has been a little uptick in the shorts. There's about 15% of the stock held short. That means people are getting bearish on the stock. Now, if you were shorting a stock at around 11-12 cents per share, and there is a stock buyback in place, you wouldn't be feeling all that confident that you'd be able to get your money back. However, the fact that the shorts have picked up a little bit does perhaps suggest that we may be seeing the reverse stock split enacted sooner rather than later. These things tend to happen after markets, so the stock price isn't too heavily influenced, at least after market, when it goes down. So we might see something come from the company in that space there. Again, I'm still not even 100% sure if the urgency for this reverse stock split is as bad as people are making it out to be. Some people are saying that like it needs to be, we need to be regaining compliance by the 6th of September. That, is a bit of a grey one, obviously, because of previous PR around the last reverse stock split, and the fact that there's contradicting information on the NASDAQ website, which has the MULN Automotive still on the non-compliant list. So there's a lot to keep your eyes out for with this one. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you think the reverse stock split is something that needs to happen, this week, as some people are making it out to be, or do you think it's one of those things that we've still got time to kick the ball down the road? And I will just reiterate a point I made yesterday, that even if MULN Automotive is to get given a letter of saying that they're non-compliant and they're going to get delisted, there's actually a whole appeals process that can follow that, and in that time they're able to regain compliance. There's a good chance that they will be allowed to stay on the NASDAQ. They've got a good case to staying on the NASDAQ. Firstly, they've come out officially and said that they're investigating naked shorting in the stock. They think there's heavy manipulation. They're also a company that's about to go start generating proper revenue as their production ramps up. So it's not a company that's like just about to fall over and die, and that's what the NASDAQ wants to avoid. They don't want those companies listed. MULN Automotive's got at least a few years in the pipeline, given how much they have in cash reserves and the assets that they have, and the fact that they're debt free. So if they do put a case forward that we shouldn't be delisted, there's actually quite a bit of evidence in their favor. So an immediate delisting, I don't think, is something to worry about. But at the same time, MULN Automotive wants to avoid any sort of scenario like that, because obviously there's like legal ramifications, and that costs the business money too. I feel like as a public company, your biggest expense is probably like your legal bills, because like a company like MULN, everyone's like, even their own shareholders, some of the preferred shareholders are trying to sue the company so for not issuing more preferred stock. So you read into it as you want. It's like it's a funny world, the world of listed companies. Anyway, I'm still not convinced that the reverse stock split has to happen straight away, but I'm not going to say that it won't. So yeah, share your thoughts on all that in the comments below. And yeah, anything else that going on with MULN Automotive at the moment. One of the greatest places I find out what's going on is actually in my comment section. People tip me off to like things that are going on. I'm not a financial analyst. I just kind of follow the stock and have a small position in it. So, you know, I'm just part of the MULN community, I suppose. Anyway, share your thoughts down there. Till next time, everyone. And the market's trading in your favor. Cheers.